We've now arrived at the quick stock screener, which you can use to easily sift through the many listed companies and their shares. I wanted to share a stock market screener which relates to everything we have covered, as you will notice. This will be a good guide to start constructing your small portfolio, and crucially, you will now understand each and every one of these points. So, firstly, you want to go ahead and sort for the lowest PE ratio companies. We know as value investors, we want to identify and invest in bargain companies. This is the best place to start. We then want to go ahead and set the market cap at a minimum of $1 billion. This is to ensure that we do not invest in very volatile stocks. However, if you are interested in investing in smaller cap stocks, you can go ahead and reduce the market cap requirement. Just expect the share price to be much more volatile. We then want to go ahead and choose companies which we understand. This has been covered in sufficient detail in the previous lectures for a very simple reason. We then want to go ahead and do an appraisal of the ability of the business to continue to provide its historical average value or return to the shareholders. Now we know that this return is made up of the dividend yield, the share price appreciation, as well as the repurchases. Next, we want to compare the shareholder value provided to similar PE ratio companies in order to identify if a bargain exists, the same way we did during the Apple example. Now, we also need to ensure that every single company we invest in is healthy. In order to do this, we want to see that the debt to equity ratio is less than 0.3 or 0.5 for the US, because as we know, they have very low interest rates. We also want to ensure that the interest cover ratio is greater than 10. This is to ensure that the companies we invest in quite simply will be able to make their interest payments. Lastly, we want to ensure that the cash and cash equivalents are greater than the current portion of the long-term debt. Now, I recommend you use the following two links at the top right-hand corner of your screen. I have attached these two links in a resource to this lecture, so please go ahead and access that. It also contains the stock screener requirements, which we have just gone through. Now, when you go to the websites that I recommend to screen your stocks, they are all rather similar. In this case, I'm just going to show you TradingView. Now, they all have filters which allow you to sort out the relevant stocks. Over here in this image, I've highlighted those filters in the red bar over